In this demo, I'll be showing you how you can utilize match guards and binding in your programs. When you're working with match expressions, it's possible to filter out specific types of data in the match expression itself without having to branch off into more code. Let's take a look at the first example. We have a status enumeration here that has an error, info, and warning statuses. In our main function, we're creating a status with the error code of 5. In our match expression, we're matching on all the different statuses. On this first match arm, we're matching on an error status only if it's equal to 3. When we use the @ symbol, we're telling Rust that we want to bind 3 to the variable s. So this s will be available to use over here when you try to execute some code. In the second match arm, we're going to have the variable s, and it's going to either be a 5 or a 6. We can use the inclusive range operator to include values between different numbers. So 5 or 6 will go to s. And when we print out the information, we can print out error 5 or 6. So this will print out whichever one it happens to be. The same thing goes for the third arm. So this will be between 4 and 10. On the fourth match arm, we can use the OR operator to try two different scenarios. So we have 18 or 19. So it'll print out error 18 or 19. Any other errors will just be caught by this one. And then we have the info and the warning variants that can be matched up upon as well. When we use these @ symbols, this is called binding. So we're binding some values to the variable. Let's take a look at another example. In our second example, we have a species enumeration and a bird structure. The bird has an age and a species. In our main function, we're creating a new hawk, setting it to the hawk species, and setting the age to 13. In our match expression, we're matching on a structure this time instead of an enumeration. So we'll use curly braces here and here to match on structure information instead of the parentheses that are used for enumerations. On this first arm right here, we're matching the structure only if the age is 4. We then use 2 dots to indicate ignore everything else. So any type of bird, regardless of what it is, as long as the age is 4, then we'll get this print line macro with 4-year-old bird. On the second match arm, we'll get a bird that's between the ages of 4 and 10 or 15 through 20. And if one of those matches, we'll ignore everything else and we'll execute this code. On the third match arm, we're going to match only if the species is a finch. We don't care about the age, so we'll just ignore all the other fields and we'll print out finch. Lastly, if we just do 2 dots by itself, that will catch everything else, and we'll just print out the message other bird. For our next example, we have a difficulty enumeration with easy, normal, and hard. This could be for a video game, for example. In our main function, we set a stage variable to 5 and the difficulty to normal. We're matching on the stage, so we're matching on a number here. It's possible to use the if keyword within match expressions in order to further constrain how the match expression operates. Here we're matching on the stage, so all of these s variables here, those will match any number. So in the first one, we have s, if, and we have parentheses to create a expression. So if s is equal to 5 and our difficulty is easy, then we'll print out easy mode. And we have a stage here at the end. So easy mode, stage 5. Since s will always be 5 because we're checking right here. If this one fails, we'll go on to the second one. So if the difficulty is normal, then we'll just print out difficulty stage, and then it'll print the stage s. Because remember, with match expressions, this s is still just going to be whatever the value happens to be. So we can print out difficulty stage s, which will be 5 in this case. On this third match arm, we're using bindings. So we have if s is 10 or if it's 15, then we can print out stage 10 or 15. And finally, if all of these fail, then we'll have the last one which catches everything and just prints out the stage number. We'll take a look at one more example to work with structures. So we have a vehicle structure with a kilometers and year. So we'll know how many kilometers the vehicle has been driven and what year the vehicle was manufactured. We create a new car. We set the kilometers to 80,000 and the year to 2020. In our match expression, we're matching on structures, so we need curly braces instead of parentheses. On this first one here, we're going to take the kilometers, whatever they are, and we're going to take the year, whatever it happens to be, and we're only going to have this first match arm execute if the kilometers are 0 and the year is 2020. So this would be for a brand new car, and then we'll execute this code over here. On the second match arm, we'll take any amount of kilometers. We'll completely ignore the year by using 2 dots. And if the kilometers is less than or equal to 50,000, we'll print out this message here. On the third match arm, it's the same thing, except only if it's greater than or equal to 80,000 miles. The fourth match arm is only concerned with a year. We ignore everything else. And if the year is 2020, then we'll just print out this message. And now any other information, we'll just print out other mileage. Using match bindings and match guards allow you to further filter your match expressions in order to get the exact data you want within your match expressions. This concludes the demo on match guards and match bindings. I'll see you in the next presentation.